Warm welcome to all. Special welcome to Dr. Yeole Sahib. Thank you very much, sir, for coming in. Dr. Kaushik Devraju, warm welcome. And Dr. Narayanswamy, sir, warm welcome again. So we will wait for a few minutes because Mr. Ravi, sir, as well as the Central Government Minister Khubhaji, sir, has to join in. In the meantime, as a part of the onboarding, I'll just flash a few interesting slides and we will be on board and on track as soon as all the VVIPs join in. Warm welcome, sir. Mr. Ravi, sir, has also joined in. Thank you very much. So today is a very interesting and a fantastic day where Dr. Yeole, Mr. Ravi, sir, and Mr. Khubhaji are going to join us. And the discussion will be on the Janaushadhi scheme. Today we are aware that not only the quality of the products, but also the affordability of medicines is very important. So from KRPA as well as from RR College of Pharmacy, we are happy to present some interesting points and this particular trendings. Today we are aware that there is a lot of market trendings and technological trendings, human resource trendings, which are elevating our entire pharmaceutical profession. If you look at the market at a helicopter view, you will be dazzled to see that the large companies in India and abroad are having very huge financial turnovers. For example, Roche in 2021 in Indian rupees, it clocked 3,67,488 crores. Remember the perspective in which I am speaking. The entire Indian pharmaceutical industry value is only 1,80,000 crores, whereas one pharmaceutical company, Roche, has got 3,67,487 crores annual sales. This is the kind of the sales turnovers which patented medicines, etc., bring into the pharma firms. Roche is 53 billion US dollars with 16% year-on-year growth. And you will also see that if you look at the OTC basket of goods, Johnson & Johnson is having the largest revenue. In fact, you will be flabbergasted to see Johnson & Johnson having a sales of 6,08,850 crores per annum, including their prescription sales and OTC sales, over-the-counter products. So what we observe here is the Indian pharmaceutical industry is 1,80,000 crores domestic, whereas Johnson & Johnson is 6,08,000 crores, one company. So this is the kind of financial muscle we are talking about, and also the various aspects related to the pharmaceutical industry. So India has made great strides in the pharmaceutical profession through generic drugs. That means we are able to make very affordable products. If you look at the top generic producers in world, you will see that Glenmark, Torrent Pharma, Piramal, Dr. Reddy Labs, Sun Pharma, etc. are making their mark. The Indian pharma industry is third largest in volume as well as in terms of the value we are 14th. So which means we are making very affordable drugs. We are one of the top 6 global pharmaceutical producers of the world. 45% of USA's generics are met from India. 25% of UK's generics are met from India. Largest number of US FDA approved manufacturing facilities outside USA is again in India. It is well documented that one company, Cipla alone, has saved 1 crore lives in Africa because of their affordable anti-HIV medications. India makes today 92% of the anti-AIDS medications, 90% of the antiretroviral, anti-tubercular, and anti-malarial. We meet also the 50 to 60% global demand for vaccines. 1 in 3 children who are vaccinated under the WHO program is vaccinated with an Indian vaccine. Every 5th tablet, capsule, or injectable generic drug which is used in the world is manufactured in India. So what we say, India is the global pharmacy of the world. That is what Medicine Sans Frontiers has called. So our impeccable cachet is that we are able to present high-class products at very affordable rates. What a fantastic way we are proceeding. I think the minister is taking some time to join in. So I'll just flash one or two more slides because the other two VIPs have already joined. So we can start, and when the minister has joined in, we can have his talk. So what we observe here is that, okay, I think the minister is joining in. Mr. Khubhaji is joining in. Yes, Mr. Khubhaji has joined in.
One second.
Okay.
Honorable Minister will be joining in another 1 minute, please.
Yeah. Thank you. So kind of you.
Honorable Minister will be joining in 1 minute.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Please hold on for a minute. Please hold on and just come back to the session.
Yes. We are in session.
Hello.
Please. Yes, we are in session, sir.
Please hold on and just come back. Honorable Minister will be joining another 30 minutes. 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Please be waiting. Please hold on for a second.
Yes, we are in session.
Yeah, please.
Yes, we are in session, sir.
Please hold on and just come back. Honorable Minister will be joining another 30 minutes. 30 seconds.
So just to introduce Mr. Khubhaji, we are all aware that during the pandemic time, we had the doctors as the custodians of health in the front line. And at the same time, we had the pharmacists also as the frontline warriors. In fact, the pharmacist is the most accessible healthcare professional as per most of the field research studies. You go to any village, you go to any place, the pharmacy will be open there. And he is working for the longest hours. And we are very happy to have and honored to have with us Mr. Bhagawanth Khubhaji, who is an MP of the Lok Sabha from Bidar. He did his BE in mechanical engineering from the very famous place for Dasoha, which is Sri Siddhganga Institute of Technology in Tumkur. And after completing it, he dived into politics. And in his political career, he has notched many successes. And the Union Minister of State for Chemicals and Fertilizers, under whom the Department of Chemicals and Petrochemicals, Pharmaceuticals and Fertilizers is Sri Bhagawanth Khubhaji, heading all these departments. Indeed, Sri Bhagawanth Khubhaji is focused a lot on ensuring that there is affordability, accessibility, and also the branching out of the various Janaushadhi medications. So we are indeed honored to have him. And with this presence, it lends a far improved outcomes for our entire pharmaceutical industry. So very warm welcome to Mr. Khubhaji. Thank you very much, sir, for coming in. And now I hand over the session to Dr. Narayanswamy, sir. Dr. Narayanswamy, sir, the stage is yours. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, good morning, all.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Khubhaji, sir. And Yeole, sir, and remain Ravi, sir. Now, presently, all our institutions, Chikbana or Bangalore, along with the KDPMBA, we have successfully conducted the 11th year Pradhan Mantri Janaushadhi Mega Health Camp and Blood Donation Camp as our corporate social responsibility on the merry occasion of our beloved and dynamic secretary, Sri HR Kiran. Today, we have organized 12th year Mega Health and Blood Donation Camp and National Webinar on how to start Pradhan Mantri Janaushadhi Kendra for the general public. I am pleased to welcome our chief guest, Honorable Sri Bhagawanth Khubhaji, Minister of State, Fertilizers and Chemicals, as for this occasion. We welcome you, sir, on behalf of our College of Pharmacy and KDPMBA. I am glad to welcome our Pramod Yeole ji, Acting President and Vice-Chancellor for Dadhich, Marathwada University, Maharashtra. And I also welcome Mr. Ravi, Dadhich, CEO, Pharmaceuticals and Medical Devices, Bureau of India, PMBI, Government of India, New Delhi. I take this opportunity to welcome our Chairman C.Y. Rajesh, Secretary HR Kiran, Director HR Arun, and all the principals, faculties of our institutions, and all the respected delegates. And but not the least, our Vice President, a group of pharmaceuticals, Sunil, Chiplunkar sir, and our KDPMA President, Kaushik Devraj, welcome you all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. That was a very nice, warm welcome offered by Dr. Narayanswamy sir, who is the principal of RR College of Pharmacy, Bangalore. Now I request Honorable Minister Dr. Khubhaji to kindly address the gathering.
Today's webinar, how to start Pradhan Mantri Janaushadhi Kendra. In today's presence, Dr. Pramod Yeole, Sri Ravi, Dr. V.B. Narayanswamy, Chiplunkar, and all present on the webinar conference. Pradhan Mantri Janaushadhi is a very flagship program of the Government of India, and it is very close to the heart of the Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji. Since last 8 years, Janaushadhi Kendra's need and essentiality of the Kendras is well known to the in medical sector. The main motto of the Janaushadhi Kendra is to get medicines at cheaper rate and good quality medicines. All these take a benefit to the poor people, so that in the last 8 years, Janaushadhi Kendras, now in Pan India, number is around 8,400. So doing very well, and cooperating the doctors is also very appreciated. So Government of India, near about 1,400 medicines added to the Janaushadhi Kendras, so that all kinds of medicines need to the patient is most important, and often timely need is required. And our Janaushadhi CEO Mr. Ravi is very proactive, and he is a enthusiastic personality also. After he assuming the charge, he is taking many initiatives how to promote more and how to make it popular, and whatever the lacunas and what are the difficulties in supply chain, in procurement, and at Kendras, all problems is going to solve. He is doing a good attempt to resolve all the issues. Regularly, in our cabinet minister presidency, myself and our CEO Ravi, we are taking stock of the what are the problems, how to increase more Kendras, and to resolve the supply chain problems, procurement problems, and our Kendra should become a patient-friendly Kendras. And we always requesting our doctors also to insist generic medicines from the Janaushadhi Kendras. So recently, myself and Mr. Ravi, we have directly spoken to the South India and Northeast India. What are the problems facing our Kendras? Our aim is to increase the sales. That means get more medicines to the poor patients. In generally, at our Kendras, around 75 to 80% less price than the other medical stores. So nowadays, our Janaushadhi Kendra is becoming very popular. So we have already 8,400 stores are there. We have a plan to increase whatever need and required area, these Kendras. We are ready to provide that Kendras. The suitable procedure has to be carried out, and that will be explained by our CEO, Mr. Ravi. So what are the problems and what is your aim? We will definitely support to need of the poor patient, so that and I request you also put some special effort, present Kendras and forthcoming Kendras, make it more popular, and whatever the doubts, whatever the apprehensions among the doctors, among the patients, all our duty to resolve that apprehensions, because the other branded medicine producers are very aggressive. You know why they are aggressive. They are minting the money. They are looting the poor patient. The same medicines is available less than 80%. This is one kind of a godly service and social service. We have to be think on that. The branded pharmaceutical companies, they offers, you know very well what they do. I don't want to make an open statement. So in our stores, limited commissions will be given because price should not be go up. All these things, this is very good initiative you have taken. So once again, you thank to the all. This is a very kind program you have taken. So our Ravi will be rest of the issues he will able to address, and right person is on the conference online. So thank you so much.
Thank you very, very much, Mr. Khubhaji. Yes, definitely Modi ji and team, of which you are a core member, you have revolutionized so many things. For example, the COVID vaccine platform website, which across the world people want COVID. Similarly, the Janaushadhi model that you are creating is now going to be replicated probably in other countries also. Forget about our own nation. That is the humongous contribution that Mr. Khubhaji, you and your entire team, Mr. Ravi sir, everybody are doing. So it was very nice of you to provide the encouraging words. And next on the line, we have Mr. Dr. Yeole Sahib. So as you are aware, Dr. Yeole Sahib is, all pharmacists are aware now, he is the president of PCI, acting president technically, and he is known to be a very affable gentleman, scholarly personality, and totally dedicated to the profession of pharmacy. In fact, described as the pharmacist scholar from Aurangabad, Dr. Pramod Yeole Sahib is the Vice-Chancellor of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Marathwada University, Aurangabad. Dr. Yeole Sahib is also the acting president currently of Pharmacy Council of India and Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Rashtrasan Nagpur University, Vice-Chancellor acting of another university in Nagpur, which is a Sanskrit university. He holds several important positions, chairman of All India Council for Technical Education in the Pharmaceutical Education Board. He is the member of Executive Council of All India Council for Technical Education, member of Executive Council of Mahatma Gandhi International Hindi University, Wardha. You can see many other important positions that he is holding in the governance position. He has several awards and credits. For example, he is one of the top 20 eminent VCs for the year 2020. He has been awarded the GP Srivastava Award of Association of Pharmaceutical Teachers of India in 2019. He has the IPA Fellowship Award of 2013, I mean, the list is very, very long. He is, of course, a proud alumnus of KM Kundani College of Pharmacy, Mumbai. And he has also got the Principal of the Year Award 2006. Congratulations, sir. It's a very, very inspiring list of awards, and the young kids also, and everybody is getting inspired by this session. Sir is also the president, has been the president of APTI, president of Maharashtra State Branch of APTI, vice president of Indian Society of Pharmacognosy, and many other such posts at different times. Dr. Yeole Sahib has 33 years in teaching experience, 20 years in administration. He has written 3 books. He has been granted 2 patents, published 55 research papers, handled major research projects, 8 in number. Fantastic, sir. We are so proud to have you here. It's an awesome and a very inspiring presence we are having. Sir, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for a nice introduction. Good morning to one and all. Chief guest of today's function, Honorable Minister of State, Chemicals and Fertilizers, Government of India, respected Sri Bhagawanth Khubhaji, Principal of the host college,
Sir, it's got muted. Can you please unmute? Suddenly it's got muted.
Okay.
Now it's...
Mr. Sunil Chiplunkar, Vice President Business Development of Pharmaceutical Bangalore, then Head of the Pharmaceutical Chemistry Department of RR College, Professor R. Ravindra. Other guests, invitees, faculty members, and the students who join in large numbers by online mode, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I must compliment to RR College of Pharmacy for organizing such type of event on a very vital theme, how to start Pradhan Mantri Bhartiya Janaushadhi Kendra. Today is also a Science Day. I must give best wishes to all the students and faculty members for the Science Day also. Friends, Pradhan Mantri Bhartiya Janaushadhi Pariyojana, that you know that it was launched by Department of Pharmaceuticals by the Government of India, and the basic objective, as Honorable Minister said, to provide quality medicines at a affordable price of masses. Honorable Minister has given an example that the branded medicines that very costly and near about at a 80% less cost, we can get this Janaushadhi, or you may call the generic by the generic medicines. Actually, the concept is not new because the senior academicians know that in 1985, the government of India appointed one committee under the chairmanship of Sri Jaisuklalji Hathi. Commonly, it was known as a Hathi Committee. And in Hathi Committee's report also, it was mentioned that the generic medicine should be promoted even on the label, along with that other contents, the name of generic content should also be given. And there should not be any compromise on the quality and efficacy. Since last 80 years, Government of India is promoting the Janaushadhi. The benefits, you know, that is the quality drugs at an affordable price we are getting. Therapeutic medicines are also available, and the medical shop can sell the allied medicines also. Then, of course, on a over-the-counter or OTC can be purchased scheduled drugs with a prescription of a registered medical practitioner, and the quality, because there is a misconception that the generic drugs are substandard, but the fact is that on the quality, safety, and efficacy, there is no any compromise on in the generic drugs because they are tested by NABL approved these laboratories. And who can start this Janaushadhi Kendra? This can be opened by the state government or any organization, reputed NGOs, trust, private hospitals, charitable institution, doctors, unemployed pharmacists, and individual entrepreneurs also. The only condition that there should be a registered pharmacist having a diploma or degree in pharmacy. And apart from that, for the promotion of generic medicines, the financial support also government of India is giving. In government hospital, the free space is provided. Second, financial assistance up to 250 lakhs is also given by the government of India. So it is a good opportunity to the young entrepreneurs having a qualification of a D Pharm and B Pharm to start this generic or Janaushadhi Kendra. We must thankful to Honorable Prime Minister Sir for launching this scheme. Friends, we all are from the pharmaceutical sciences, and in the society, the new philosophy of healthcare is moving, that is from illness to wellness, from treatment to prevention and early diagnosis, from the generated approach to personalized medicines. As it was informed that due to COVID-19 pandemic, health facilities and other medicines have become the need of the hour. India, the second largest populated country, have also seen numerous cases of COVID-19, particularly in the first wave and second wave. And some few cases are also we are observing. According to the Ministry and Chemicals and Fertilizers, the turnover of pharmaceutical companies in India was 18.12 billion USD in 2018 and 19.14 billion USD dollars in a fiscal year 2019. The domestic drug market recorded sale worth rupees 2.15 billion USD in April 2021. It has increased 51.5% compared to $1.42 billion in April 2020. The moving annual turnover is 20.88 billion US dollars as of in 2021 and up to from 19.64 billion dollars in April 20. Same thing about the generic drugs also. Generic drugs from top pharma companies, in the introductory remarks also it was mentioned, account of 20% of global exports in terms of volume. That makes India the largest provider of generic medicine globally. The Indian pharmaceutical market is expected to be worth 33.18 billion US dollars and will reach the 9th position in the global pharma market by 2023. Pharmaceutical sciences are the important part of healthcare system. And if we see the history of a pharmacy, the first college, because many budding pharmacists are also joined this program, the first college of pharmacy was started 800 years back in Goa. Then official program of B Pharm was started in 1932 in Banaras in the university, and after this Pharmacy Act 1948, because we are completing around 75 years from the 5th March onwards, we are celebrating the Platinum Jubilee of our Pharmacy Act, also the Pharmacy Council of India, and growing since 20th century and grew many times since the Pharmacy Act 1948. Skilled pharmacy personnel become a need to fulfill the nation's healthcare system. Industries are unable to find the skilled and the specialized professionals. There is a need to fill the gap between the academia and pharmaceutical industry. But for this purpose, the skill is also required. Schooling doesn't, as it is said, schooling doesn't assure employment, but the skill does it. If we see the changing scenario, the scenario of pharma is changing continuously. There is a sure growth in a pharmaceutical care and pharmaceuticals, and there are certain reasons also. One is a increased population. We are reaching to 140 crores. Awareness about the health is also created in the society. Life expectancy is increased. At the time of independence, it is around 40 to 42, but now it is around 64 to 66 years. Health assurance companies are there, and rise in a private healthcare. There are around requirement of 70,000 pharmacists per year in the country. Earlier also it was said that pharmaceutical industry is growing at a faster pace across the globe with a market of $1.3 trillion in January 2019, which is likely to touch $1.5 trillion by 2023. The global pharmaceutical market is growing at a rate of 3 to 6% annually. India's rank is 14 in the global market with a sales of $55 billion, and it are growing at a rate of 15% annually. Indian pharma market is third largest by volume and 14th largest by value in the world. It is contributing around 10% of the global production of pharmaceuticals. The growth rate of 15% is quite high in comparison to the global rate of 3 to 6%. Pharmaceutical industries in India are developing in terms of skill and technology and have got recognition by several international agencies. As it is rightly said by our Honorable Prime Minister, India's pharma industry is an asset, not just for India, but for the entire world. It has played a leading role in reducing the cost of medicines, especially for the developing countries. Friend, India, despite its own needs during the COVID-19 pandemic, we ensured supply of medicine to 123 partner countries, including 59 nations. This is our contribution of the healthcare, not at a national level, but at the international level also. On the 5th and 6th February, Honorable Health Minister, Government of India, has organized one Manthan Shibir. All the councils, including the Medical Council, Dental, Nursing, Pharmacy, even Ayush, 8 councils were invited for that. And the presentation of Pharmacy Council of India was also there. I have presented for about 1.5 hours, and how the pharmaceutical science is useful and can contribute in the healthcare system of this country, that we have presented. The theme of the conference was Heal in India, Heal by India. We must be thankful to the Honorable Health Minister, because for both the days, he was there from morning 9 o'clock till 7 o'clock in the evening and guided us. The present status of the pharmaceutical colleges or pharma academics in the country, around 3,500 plus institutions are there. We are conducting 5 different programs. 85,000 faculty is there, working in around 3,500 colleges. Then 4 lakh students registered every year, and 15 lakhs pharmacists are already there. 10 regulations we are having out and 5 programs. At present, the ratio is 1 pharmacist per 1,000 population as per the requirement of the WHO, but we are having 1.5 pharmacists per doctor in our country. The Honorable Prime Minister asked that how the students can be attracted in India, because we are having a very huge infrastructure and very good facilities also. Our culture is good, accepted by the world. Our climate conditions are favorable. So why we should not promote? How to attract? Then the proposed action plan to promote the Indian institutions as a destination for pharmacy education, which was proposed by Pharmacy Council of India, that is the STP model, segmentation, then targeting and positioning. It was very well appreciated by Honorable Minister Sir, and he also suggested other councils to adopt the same. The Heal by India, that is the qualified pharmacists are available there in the country. So we should export our students. We should provide them this employment opportunities that also discuss, and very soon a roadmap, a line of action is coming from the health of ministry. So we must accept that challenge, that is the health heal in India and heal by India. Friends, we must congratulate and thankful to Honorable Health Minister also, because just 2 days back, one landmark achievement of the Pharmacy Council of India is there, that is the exit examination regulation. Just within a month, Honorable Health Minister has taken initiative. He supported us and all the formalities, approval of Health Minister, that the translation of that gazette into Hindi, printing of the gazette, and the gazette of the exit regulation that released just 2 days back. Definitely, I am confident it will enhance the quality of education. As you know, I'm not going to criticize it, but it's a fact. In last 3-4 years, the number of institutions are increased, but the quality, there is a big question mark whether they are providing the quality education or not. So in future, because of the examination, the institution which will provide the good academic standard, the qualified and experienced faculty, they only will survive. And with this exit regulation, I'm confident that only the competent manpower will be available to serve the society. As you know, that since it's a good platform, many teachers are there, many students are there, I would like to share that the Pharmacy Council of India is trying to bring many reforms. In a approval process is going on. In SIF, we have made many changes. Now the new SIF is a faculty focused. How many faculties are available in the pharma institutions? What is the faculty cadre ratio? What are the pay scales? And what is the this existing facilities where they are complying 100% with or not? That we are going to see very critically, because friend, instead of quantitative growth, the qualitative growth is very important. We are again thankful to Honorable Minister Sir for giving and for motivating us for the exist examination regulation, because Nursing Council and the Medical Council, they were also trying, but Pharmacy Council of India became the first to bring this gazette and start the exist examination. Friends, particularly to the students, my fervent hope is that you, the best and brightest of our country, go out, face a globalization world. You will keep India's interest, its integrity, its individuality, and its future potential close to hearts and your minds. I have no doubt that India of 2025 will be a very different place and a much more dominant force in the world economy than was the case 25 years ago or at the beginning of the new millennium. The world is looking towards the India with a great expectation of the Jagat Guru. Many changes in the higher education, including the pharma education, is coming. That is the new education policy, and so many things are there. Our teachers should be ready to accept this challenge. So, friends, I will not take your much time. So, I wish all the best for this webinar, international webinar, and I hope that the fruitful deliberations will be there. And I wish all the success and thank you to the organizer for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to share my views. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yeole Saab. Really, we deserving of a great round of applause because of the several feathers under your cap. It reflected not only your scholarship, your commitment to academics, but also the administrative acumen, where you have talked about the role of the pharmaceutical sector in a 360-degree perspective. So you have donned many caps in one speech, not only as an educationist, but also as an administrator, but also as a captain of the pharmaceutical sector, and rightly said, chase quality and quantity will chase you. Thank you so much, sir. And now I will proceed to the introduction of the next speaker. And we are very, very happy to have with us Mr. Ravi, sir. Ravi Dadhich. Yes, Ravi Dadhich, sir, is the CEO of Pharmaceuticals and Medical Devices Bureau of India. He is a senior person with lot of bureaucratic experience, and you can describe him as a bureaucrat on a mission. He has worked in several branches of administration, right from 1996, including in tourism. He has worked as a deputy director of DDA, director of NDMC, and also he is totally having 26 years of experience in the civil administration of government departments. So he knows how actually the various things run and how to manage the different challenges. And he is the person on the hot seat right now. Mr. Ravi, sir, warm welcome to you. You look fabulous in that blazer coat and very impressive on the screen. Thank you, sir. The floor is yours.
Thank you. A very good morning to respected Shri Bhagawanth Khubhaji, Honorable Minister of State, Chemicals and Fertilizers, Government of India. Shri Pramod Yeole Sahab, Acting President, Pharmacy Council of India and VC Marathwada University. Dr. V.B. Narayanswamy, Principal RR College of Pharmacy, and Professor R. Ravindra, HOD, Department of Pharmacochemistry, RR College. Eminent speakers and distinguished guests, pharmacy students, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me an immense pleasure to join this event at RR College of Pharmacy through this webinar. I am very thankful to the organizers and Professor Ravindran, who has been persistently following it up with me, and to give me this opportunity to share the mission, vision, and achievements of Pradhan Mantri Bhartiya Janaushadhi Pariyojana in front of this huge gathering. Friends, I represent the organization PMBI, which was earlier called BPPI. So the full form is Pharmaceutical and Medical Devices Bureau of India. And we have been entrusted to implement the Pradhan Mantri Janaushadhi Pariyojana in the entire country. As explained earlier, this Yojana aims to provide generic medicines, mostly allopathic medicines, for the poor people. Though the name Janaushadhi sometimes give a misnomer, sometimes it creates a feeling that it only deals with some Ayurvedic medicines or medicines pertaining to field of Ayurveda. But here I would like to clarify to everyone that mostly we provide the allopathic medicines, and very few Ayurvedic medicines have been recently incorporated in our basket. Coming to the subject of generic medicines. Generic medicine, you must be aware, I am not from the field of pharmaceutical regularly, but most of you would be aware that it is a pharmaceutical product which is bioequivalent, or there is a bioequivalence to the patented product regarding the dose, strength of the medicine, route of administration, it should be administered in the same manner, quality, safety, performance characteristics, and intended use. The WHO defines a generic medicine as a pharmaceutical product which is usually intended to be interchangeable with an innovator product that is manufactured without a license by some innovator company and marketed after the expiry of the date of the patent or other exclusive rights. So a drug is granted patent generally for a period of 20 years to allow recovery of its research expenditure. And after the expiry of a drug patent, the generic version may appear in the market and is sold as a generic medicine. But it contains the same active pharmaceutical ingredient, which we call API. Now, here also, I would like to mention that generic medicines, which are, I just explained, the patented medicines, once they are out of the net of patented medicines, they become generic medicines. So generic medicines are also of two kinds. One is generic branded medicines and second is generic unbranded medicines. Generic branded medicines are the medicines which we generally come across in the medical shops, but generic unbranded medicines which do not bear a specific brand or brand of a company, they are sold under the label of Pradhan Mantri Janaushadhi Pariyojana. And the effort or the objective of this scheme is to provide these quality generic medicines at a cheaper rate. So these are basically generic unbranded medicines, but we ensure that the procurement process at the time of procurement and while storing it and while distributing it to the different Pradhan Mantri Janaushadhi Kendras throughout the country, we maintain the quality and all the quality standards are adhered to. Going further, as we all know, that every household, means every day or every week or every month, people have to spend a lot of money on their medicine expenditure. And if they have some disease, which are most of these like the new age lifestyle diseases like diabetes or hypertension or depression or these kind of disease require regular medication. So the expenditure, means out-of-pocket expenditure per month, increases to such an extent for the families that it becomes a huge burden, and the entire economy of a family gets disturbed. And if there are, say, two members and both means older people in the family, due to the age and geriatrics related issues, they have to take regular medication, their expenditure will be much more. So to cater to the needs of everybody, not only the poor people, for the middle class also, the generic medicine or the Janaushadhi is a panacea for everybody. It will give relief and it will surely save 50 to 90% of the per month expenditure which every family which is having some patient spends on this. So the objective of PMBJP, the Prime Minister Bhartiya Janaushadhi Pariyojana, to sum up in 3 points is: one is to ensure access to quality medicines for all sections of population, especially the poor and deprived ones. Second, to create awareness about generic medicines through education and publicity to counter the perception that quality is synonymous with high price only. Means we all are aware that everybody says that these generic medicines may not give the same result. So this perception has to go away and everyone has to contribute in that direction. So the objective of this scheme is to dispel that notion that generic medicines are not good or they give poor results or they are not as per the standard quality. And the third objective is to generate employment by engaging individual entrepreneurs in opening of these kendras. So to give you an overview, currently there are 8,600 such kendras working in all 739 districts of the country. Means at least one is there in each district of this country. And in Karnataka alone, we have 963 kendras. We are providing around 1450 drugs, means the drug basket comprises of 1450 drugs. It comprises of all the categories of medicines and 240 surgical items to common masses at affordable rates. The principle of pricing of these medicines is that we take the average market price of 3 or 4 branded medicines and try to provide these medicines at 50 to 90% cheaper than the average of the market rate of those 3 branded medicines. And some medicines which are available there, means most, we ensure that most is in the category of 80 to 90% cheaper. The overall sale of the medicines which has taken place in last financial year has been to the value of around 665 crores through Janaushadhi Kendras, and which has resulted in saving in 1 year alone to around 4,000 crore. This year, the trends are almost similar, and till date, we can have an idea, means we have been able to save around 13,000 crore rupees for the people. And the beauty of the scheme is that government need not invest such huge amounts, means this amount is actually a direct saving from the people's own pocket. Means government is not spending some 13,000 crore or 10,000 crore as being done in other schemes. But here, the people can save their own money, and they can directly get the benefit while purchasing these medicines. Now, massive promotions are done, means the publicity is a very important aspect in making these medicines popular, and to encourage youngsters, means those in the field of the pharmacy students holding a D Pharma or B Pharma, to attract entrepreneurs to open more and more such outlets across the nation. At present, since we have this 8600 number already with us, and to maintain a supply chain for 1400 plus medicines and 240 surgical items, it is a humongous effort. We have 4 big warehouses in different parts of the country, like one in Gurgaon in North India, another in Chennai, third is in Guwahati, and fourth one is about to be opened in Surat. So with a network of these warehouses and some around 30 odd distributors, we try to supply medicines to all these centers on demand. Basically, the demand comes from the different areas, different regional shops which have been opened, and they place orders with our system, which is a computerized system, and then we supply them the medicines through our logistic partner who is there. For opening a new Janaushadhi Kendra, at present we are inviting applications from 265 districts where the coverage is less. It's not open for all the districts of the country because we have to make a slow and steady growth while ensuring that we are able to supply the medicines to all the areas, means while opening new centers, that we keep in mind. Now, what are the eligibility conditions for opening a Janaushadhi Kendra? So any individual as an entrepreneur can open a shop, or some NGOs can open, some trust, some society or some charitable organization can open. Government hospitals make several requests to us, they open these Kendras. Or some partnership kind of firm can be established to open a Janaushadhi Kendra. The only main condition is that they should have a B Pharma or a D Pharma degree with them and registered with the State Pharmacy Council for doing this vocation. The other requirements are quite simple. One can visit the website to know these details. There is a small application form, as well as there are some guidelines which are given. So one should own a hired or their self-owned space of around 120 square feet, means a size of 10 by 12 square 12 by 10 by 12 square feet, which looks like a shop, which can work like a shop kind of thing. And it can be even hired premises, basically with a lease agreement or some allotment letter kind of thing. Second is proof of serving, proof of securing a pharmacist should be there, because only a pharmacist can sell through a established shop of medicines. Third is there is a special category. If you come in that category, so a proof of that needs to be submitted. Like for the categories of SC, ST, women, Divyang, people coming from northeastern states, Himalayan districts, island territories, these have been defined as a special category. So they I will explain about that. What is the benefit of coming in these category? Means some additional incentive is there that I will explain in a moment. But this special category, if you are applying for these special category, a proof of this needs to be submitted. Next is a non-refundable fee of rupees 5,000 for means that the person is sincere in doing his business. So it's not that earlier we were flooded with thousands of applications. So this 5,000 rupee fee was introduced So 5,000 rupee fee is there, but for the special category which I just mentioned, one need not give that money as well. And fifth criteria is the distance policy, means seven like the metro cities of the country and the cities having population of more than 10 lakh, we generally put a criteria of not allowing a shop within a radius of 1 kilometer of each other. For other cities having less than 10 lakh population, the shops can be opened with a 1.5 kilometer radius. So this is just to ensure that there is not too much of crowding in one particular area, so that this distance policy is in force. So these are the basic requirements. After filling up the application form, the documents are checked. Our office gets in touch with the concerned person. This is an online process. Then an agreement is signed after giving an in-principle approval. The shop has to obtain a drug license from the state authorities who give their drug license. All billing, etc., is done through a software which is provided by us, is a centralized system, and based on the demand, they have to pay 50% advance for the medicines which they procure from us, and rest is settled in subsequent demands. Now, what are the incentives for the for doing this kind of means once we open the shop? Some incentives are given at the beginning. So the special categories which I mentioned, just to recall again, that SC, ST, and women, and Divyang, and island territories, Himalayan territories, there is a one-time incentive of rupees 2 lakh, which is reimbursed to them for establishing the shop. So they can establish the shop, they can procure some computer, printer, a refrigerator, or the wooden cabinets, etc. And they can send us the bills. We reimburse that amount up to 2 lakh. For all other categories, there is an incentive scheme of 5 lakh, as Professor Yeole conveyed. It was earlier 2.5 lakh, sir. It has now been increased to 5 lakh. So 5 lakh also is for now this benefit is given at the rate of rupees 15,000, up to rupees 15,000 per month. And so we give a consistent support of at least rupees 15,000 to the shop for next 3 years, means for around 36 months. It gets completed in 36 months. So there is a handholding for around 3 years to run the shop. Besides this, there is a small margin money which the shopkeeper earns when we supply the medicines to them. There is a margin money of around 20% on all the medicines. So the benefits, if we sum up, one is the 20% margin on the MRP, which has been sold by the shopkeeper. Another is this 15,000 up to 15,000 rupees kind of incentive, and third is this one-time 2 lakh rupees establishment cost. So the need of the capital means for the youngsters to establish a Janaushadhi Kendra, and if they are sincere and develop this business attitude to go ahead, they can do it very well. Means the need of the capital can be met in these manners, and they will not face any difficulty. Obviously, there is a great demand in the country to have such shops. While we have around 9 lakh chemists in the country, we are only 8,600. By the end of next year, our target is only to reach up to 9,500. So that makes it only 1%. But if this 1% gets a popularity, and if we are able to garner the business of say 5% or up to 10%, it will be a great help to the society to cherish the dream of Honorable Prime Minister that we should provide cheaper medicines and affordable medicines to all the poor people and middle class people. Now, to dispel this notion of quality, I would just like to mention one point here, that we only procure the medicines from the WHO GMP certified companies. Means at the time of tendering process, when we procure the medicines, we ensure that these are WHO GMP certified medicines. Not only this, once we receive the medicines, we send it for the second level of testing. So each batch of the medicine is again tested and sent to a group of labs which have been designated by us, They are also NABL accredited, well-known, well-established labs. We do audit of these labs. We remove those who do not do good work. And around 15 labs are there, which regularly, for each batch of the medicine, they give us their results. And based on their certification, means second level certification, we supply the medicines to our shops. To dispel every notion or any wrong feeling about the quality, we can assure that medicines are up to the mark. They fulfill all the standards of medicines as prescribed by various government agencies. Now, just to add to, this was the background of all this. 7th March, we celebrate every year as Janaushadhi Divas. Message of Honorable Prime Minister, either he interacts with the people or a message will be telecasted on that day. From 1st of March to 7th of March, we are organizing several activities in different regions in the country. In the same realm as Professor Yeole informed that there is a Platinum Jubilee of Pharmacy Council of India. So we have adjusted our program with pharmacy colleges. So in 25 colleges throughout the country, we are organizing seminar on generic medicines. On 4th of March also, there are different activities earmarked for each day, means for participation of women, for participation of children, and participation by NGOs, doctors, and all other means whosoever matters to popularize these medicines. We are trying to take their help, and this 1 week long programs will start from tomorrow. In the end, I will just mention the scheme is truly doing justice to its tagline, Janaushadhi Seva Bhi Rozgar Bhi. Seva Bhi means it provides employment opportunity. Seva Bhi is basically help to the poor people. Rozgar Bhi is basically entrepreneurship or employment to the students. And we are committed to ensure it, to realize the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister and Dr. Mansukh Mandaviya ji, Honorable Minister of Health and Chemicals and Fertilizers, who has been regularly guiding, who has been devoting himself for last many years for the development and growth of Janaushadhi Yojana, and Shri Bhagawanth Khubhaji, who has been giving us guidance at each stage about how to grow the network of Janaushadhi Kendras, how to do better, how to make it reach everywhere. Once again, I am very thankful for giving me this opportunity. I extend my gratitude to all for their valuable presence today, and it will give extra boost to Janaushadhi family towards our commitment in the service of mankind. Jai Hind.
Thank you very, very much. You are truly a bureaucrat with a mission. I congratulate you, and of course, you have a very big, responsibility to create an iconic institution. So, as a wrap up, I will just present a few slides. This will be a robust presentation and will strengthen the presence of the healthcare workers who are the backbone of our country's health to not only save life, extend the lifespan, improve lives, but also very importantly, control the epidemics. And we are aware pharmacists are the most accessible healthcare professionals who are now responsible for not only the medicines, but as the Pharmacy Council of India keeps reiterating, nutritional supplements, medical devices, and now the domain of pharmaceutical care. That is, we have to do counseling when we are dispensing the medications to ensure the right utilization. And this has been incorporated in our pharmacist's oath also. And we are always endeavoring to ensure that the best of healthcare outcomes are produced in our practice of pharmacy. And in this regard, the Pharmaceuticals and Medical Devices Bureau of India is rendering yeoman service. They launched this Janaushadhi scheme in 2008 to basically provide more affordable and accessible medicines. And as Sir was just saying, from 1st March to 7th March, there is the Janaushadhi Divas celebrations, and the vision of the entire department or that bureau is to produce quality generic medicines at affordable prices. So on 23rd April 2008, the campaign was started in establishing the Pradhan Mantri Bhartiya Janaushadhi Kendras, and today every district is covered. And there are also various important issues relating to it, like sourcing the quality products. And hence, the defined roles of PMBI to make the generic medicines available at affordable prices, market them, procure the medicines from the PSUs, private sectors, and proper running. So, people who have done your D Pharm, B Pharm, you can apply for this. Even an NGO can apply, like he has been reiterating. And in the government hospital premises, including the medical colleges, the preferred agency will be a reputed NGO. The operating agency will be getting 20% margin on the MRP, excluding taxes. Special incentives are there as elaborated by Sir for women entrepreneurs, Divyang, SC, ST, and other entrepreneurs who want to open in aspirational districts. An amount of 2 lakhs in addition to the normal incentive is applicable, and various other incentives have been elaborated. So currently, the ePMBJK is also available, in which software will be linking to the PMBI headquarters, and there are incentives relating to that also. I have shared one PDF with all the attendees on how to start a Janaushadhi. You can please download that. And also the KRPA, Karnataka Registered Pharmacists Association monthly bulletin has been shared. Definitely you can download these two. There is also the Janaushadhi Sugam. So using this Janaushadhi Sugam, this is a software application. The citizen can search the generic medicines and he can also provide the feedback suggestions. Basically, this Janaushadhi Sugam provides details about the availability and pricing of generic medicines at a lower price. Oh, we all like smiling people, isn't it? Dr. Yeole smiled well, Mr. Ravi smiled well, Dr. Kaushik is known to smile well. We like children who smile a lot. That's because on an average, children smile up to around 400 times a day. Happy people like Dr. Yeole Saab and Ravi Saab may be smiling 40 to 50 times a day. Average guys like me maybe 20 times a day. Well, when we smile, the neuropeptides, they get activated. We feel very good. Dopamine, endorphin, and serotonin releases take place. And there has been some groundbreaking research at the University of South Australia which confirms the act of smiling can trick your mind into happiness. So just by acting to smile, you will be doing very good, because the amygdala, which is a portion of your brain, produces the various happy neurotransmitters. And why I'm reiterating this is that here you can see Julia Roberts, who is smiling. Yes, there are two types of smiles. One is the Duchenne and the other one is non-Duchenne smile. So in a Duchenne smile, which is involuntary, the smile goes up to the eyes. And they have tracked in the classroom photograph at the University of California, Mills College, genuine smilers for 30 years. They found genuine smilers who are blessed with happier lives in terms of marriage, well-being, and career. So why I'm reiterating all this is people like Dr. Yeole Saab, Mr. Ravi sir, who is doing a fantastic job as a bureaucrat with a mission, they are all making us smile genuinely. The pharmacists, the patients, everybody. And this Duchenne smile is making us all feel much better. A beautiful smile can change everything. A warm thank you to Dr. Yeole Sahib. He has taken off his time. It's a very precious time that he has taken off to be with us. Mr. Ravi sir has also come with us. Thank you so much. You have elaborated so well. And we also have had Mr. Khubhaji, who again took off his time. And if Mr. Ravindra, Professor Ravindra sir is there, he can also add some remarks. But I feel there is some issue with this connectivity. So he is not able to make his presentation or make his remarks. Right? We don't want to keep the VVIPs on the platform for too long. They have so many other commitments. Dr. Kaushik Devraju, on behalf of KRPA, as well as on behalf of the organizers, please do the honors of vote of thanks.
Before I give the vote of thanks, Ravi sir, only one concern that I have trying to address on behalf of all the people that they are facing is, see, normally what happens is that, every 6 months, the packages of the drug changes. That brings a lot of different notion in the back of the mind of the people that are they taking the right medicine or not. this is one of the concerns that I request you to look on that. Maybe that is because you try to change the manufacturer or something. This is one of the concerns that most of people are facing, sir. This is one of the just wanted to bring to your notice, sir.
Yeah, you want me to respond to that also?
Please, sir. So that
This concern has been shared with us when we hold meetings with the different kendras as well as marketing officers and all other. But the issue is that the drugs are approved by the various state government authorities. So wherever these are produced, means each state authority gives a approval to drug manufacturer based on their own request. So as of now, I don't think there is a universal system of drug monitoring in that way about its color, size, and design. Depending upon the unit, wherever it is located, and permissions from respective state authorities for manufacturing of those drugs, the color, size, and design keeps on changing. So what we are doing is that the outer packaging of our medicines, we are trying to universalize that, so that outer packaging is almost similar, and also to increase the size of the font on the back of the medicine, because that is also a concern. A person cannot read. These are now very small letters. So as the age grows, you find it difficult to even read the name of the medicine on the back of it. So we are working on that, and hopefully some semblance would be in place, and try to universalize.
Thank you very much, sir. First of all, let me thank the Bhagawanth Khubhaji, the ministers for state, chemical and fertilizer, for taking his valuable time for bringing the addressing the people for this webinar. We also like to thank Pramod Yeole ji, sir. Sir, after you have taken the in charge, a lot of changes are happening, and there's fresh air of that we can feel that, sir. And a lot of regulations that have been changed in the last 2 days. The exist exam has already brought a lot of hope in our people, sir, in the pharmacists. Thank you very much for that, sir. And Ravi, sir, thank you very much for smoothly, you went through from basic to you explained all the information that is required to start the Pradhan Mantri Janaushadhi Kendra. Thank you very much, sir, and the benefit that each and everyone gets for opening the Pradhan Mantri Yojana and the mission towards Swasth Bharat and affordable medicine. This is the Seva Manobhav that is very much required for it to give a better health to the society and for the people. And we'd like to thank the principal of RR College of Pharmacy and Ravindra, sir. Thank you very much. I think we have been following with the Ravi, sir, for this type of webinar for a long time. Thank you very much, Ravindra, sir. I'd like to thank Sunil Chiplunkar, sir, for moderating the session very beautifully. And we'll also like to thank Sunil Attawar, sir, who have been partnering with Group Pharma for this type of webinar. Thank you very much, sir. And it has been a good day. And I think, as Pramod said, today is a National Science Day, and what a day to have this type of webinar. Thank you very much, and over to Sunil Chiplunkar, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take the permission of all the dignitaries to close the webinar. May I, sir?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.